What is up everybody? In this video I'm going to explain how CFDs and leverage works here on IQ Option. On IQ Option you can trade a lot of different assets such as stocks, forex, crypto, commodities and ETFs. What all of these have in common is that you trade them with CFDs here on IQ Option. A CFD stands for Contract for Difference, which is a financial instrument that derives its value from the underlying asset. For example, if you trade the Alibaba stock here on IQ Option, then you are trading a CFD of the Alibaba stock, where the CFD derives its value from the Alibaba stock itself. In other words, the CFD that you are trading here on IQ Option follows the price of the Alibaba stock. So it is just like you are trading the real thing. You just don't own it directly. Some of the benefits to trading CFDs is first and foremost that you can trade them at leverage. So when you go to any asset here on IQ Option, you can see the multiplier over here on the right side menu. This multiplier is what is known as leverage, and this value that you see here is timed by the result that you get on your investment. So for example, if I open a buy position here on Alibaba stock and it then rises 1% since I opened it, my position will not rise by 1%, it will rise by 2% because the leverage is 2. So 1% times 2 is 2%. Likewise, if I open a buy position on Alibaba and the Alibaba stock falls 1%, then my position will not lose 1% in value, it will lose 2%. So the leverage works in both directions. How much leverage you trade with here on IQ Option depends on the asset you are trading and your country of residence. All EU countries can only trade at a 30 times leverage, so you will not see higher leverage than that if you are from the European Union. However, countries outside of Europe can trade at a higher leverage. You can see the multiplier or leverage level on all assets by opening them and then just checking out what it says in the right side menu over here. Let's check out Nvidia for example. It also has a multiplier of 2. Let's open another one that I know has a little bit higher one. Let's go to Tesla for example. As you can see, this one has a 5 times leverage. Another benefit to trading CFDs is that you can short assets, which is the opposite of buying them. When you short something, which is called sell here on IQ Option, you make money if the price of that asset falls from the position that you bought it. So for example, if I open a sell position here on Tesla and the price then falls, then I will make money. The multiplier or leverage also works in this direction. So if I open a sell position on Tesla for example, and the price falls 10% from when I bought it, then my position will not grow 10% in value, it will grow 50% in value. Likewise, if I opened a sell position on Tesla and the price rose by 10%, the opposite direction of what I want, then my position would not fall 10% in value, it would fall 50% in value. Because again, the leverage works in both directions. As you can tell from this math right here, if you open a position here on IQ Option with a 5 times leverage and it goes 20% in the wrong direction, the opposite direction of what you want, then your position will go to 0 in value. However, if it goes 20% in the right direction, you will double your money. To control your risk, you can use the auto close feature. Let me just zoom in a little bit here. This allows you to set what's known as a stop loss on almost any other platform, which automatically closes your position if it reaches that amount of loss. So if I put a 50% stop loss on a position here, then it will automatically close if it reaches that level of loss. Another big advantage to trading CFDs is that you can trade assets that you would not be able to trade otherwise, and you can also trade a much lower amount. As you can see here on IQ Option, you can trade not only stocks, but also commodities, for example, gold and crude oil. The way you trade them works the exact same way. You just open up the asset here and then you choose whether you want to buy or sell the asset, whether you believe it's going up or down. If you were to buy crude oil directly, you would have to spend thousands of dollars because you have to buy future contracts that are bound to 1,000 or 10,000 crude oil barrels a piece. However, here on IQ Option, because you are trading CFDs, you can invest as little as $1 on crude oil. Just like this. Here you can also see an example of the auto close feature. Let me just press it here. As you can see, if the price reaches the auto close feature down here at 50%, then it will automatically close my position. If you want to close the position manually, then you can just use the close feature up here and press close all, or you can go to total portfolio, find the position, press show more, close and then confirm, and then it closes the position for you like that. When you trade other popular instruments such as forex here on IQ Option, it is also very important to use leverage because currencies obviously don't swing in price as much as stocks do, for example. So on this euro versus US dollar pair, you can see that the leverage is 30 times. When you trade CFDs here on IQ Option, you pay 2 types of fees. Firstly, the spread fee, and secondly, carrying fees. Spread fees is what you can see visually when you trade here on IQ Option. Let me just zoom in a little bit so we can actually see it here. And you can see my position will start a little bit above the market line if I buy a buy position and a little bit below the market level if I buy a sell position. Naturally, there is a spread on the financial markets, so you will have a spread on any platform that you trade on, but here on IQ Option, they also include a little fee for themselves. The second fee you'll be paying is if you keep positions open overnight, then you essentially just pay interest on the leverage that you have on your position. I've made an entire video on this topic which covers CFD fees in details. Lastly, because CFDs use leverage, you can capitalize on short-term movements in the market, which is what most investors use CFDs for. So if you believe some news or some other factor will affect the market quickly, then you can use an ETF, for example, which is a collection of stocks. The S&P 500 here, for example, is a collection of the 500 biggest stocks in the United States, and you can use the leverage here to capitalize on short-term movements. If you're correct, then the result will be much greater than if you were to buy an ETF directly because of the leverage. And I have to mention that likewise, if you are wrong, then the loss will also be multiplied. That's how CFD works here on IQ Option, the benefits of them, how to trade them and so on. If you want to open an IQ Option account yourself, then you can do so by using our link at the top of the description of this video. Do note that not all countries can sign up to IQ Option because of certain laws. You can check out the text-based guide on the Investerfy website, which is linked in the description. While you're down there, be sure to check out our disclaimer as well. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to put a like on it and subscribe to the Investerfy YouTube channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.